It's in the seven markets and hardcore truths with a special contrast. Cause it's the Illegal Opinions Podcast.
Welcome back to Illegal Opinions Podcast, the last place for real talk. I'm your host, Sam Ridley, the man you love to hate.
Sam, you get on my last nerve.
Here with my man, hey, fuck you. With my man, 100 grand, Marcus Palmer, back in the building.
Oh, that's right.
And like in the building for real this time, y'all. Like,
yeah, back in my house.
How's it feel? You know,
back on the couch, or as y'all call it out in California, back on the bouch.
Who says that?
I think blood say bouch.
Hey, I just live here. I'm still VA. I'm not claiming none of that.
Oh man.
So how does it feel to be socially irresponsible? You've been flying.
Yeah, man. It feels
damn criminal.
I'm not gonna say that it feels bad though, because this is gonna sound bad, but you know we here now. So you shouldn't be traveling.
Right.
It's a bad time to travel. Right. Slap yourself on the hand if you've been flying around.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Go ahead and do that. I heard the look. Go ahead. But what?
But you couldn't find a better fucking time to travel,
dude. All right, yeah. We starting off
right now.
We starting off with illegal opinions. Hey, come with an open mind to leave mad. The choice is yours. I was looking at these flights, and I was like, man, I could slide to Georgia, go home to VA real quick right now for the Lowski.
For the Lowski, Woski,
it's dog. Ridiculous the prices that's out now. Like, and don't get me wrong. Like we already said on a previous pod, you had to go. I know you had to go.
Yeah, I wouldn't have dipped out if I didn't have to.
Yeah, of course. But the savings though,
the savings are crazy.
It's nuts.
Not only the savings, but like I sent you those pictures from Houston's airport.
Yeah. How many people were on the plane?
On my flight from. On my flight from Colorado to Houston, there had to be like 4 people.
Wow. They ain't bump you up to first or nothing like that, or?
No, it was like sit where you want. You know, we're doing the social distancing thing.
Oh,
so
okay.
Sit where you want.
Got you.
So there were a couple people up front. There was a lady in the middle, and for some reason there was still a baby crying on the fucking plane.
You still couldn't get away from that. That's wild.
Couldn't get away from that. So I moved back some. And y'all want to call me irresponsible? She had a fucking baby on the plane. Yeah,
so that's wild.
I moved back, and walking through the airport, going to the when I got to Houston, I went to the little Hard Rock Cafe restaurant they have in there. I sat at the bar, away from everybody. There were still like maybe 8 people in there, 10, and the food was great. It was fast. The drinks were good. A lot of police around. It's
got to be a mind trip though, because
no, it is because when you're in when you're in IAH, when you're in Houston International or whatever the fuck it's called, when you're there, if you've flown through there before, it's usually like most airports, just a million people in there.
It's always busy, right?
Walking through there and it's a ghost town is insane.
Yeah, it's like a zombie movie or something. Like. You know, and we're talking. This is fascinating to me. You saw something that a lot of people really aren't seeing right now. You know, like we hear that the airport is empty, but to actually have gone somewhere is nuts. So yeah, you got a glimpse into what this thing is doing outside for real. Like past the grocery store, past the gas station, like airlines done right now.
Yeah, like I remember when I flew into Denver, and I was like, okay, well. It should be pretty easy. No, well, I thought there would be more people there because you still fly in and see a bunch of airplanes just chilling, right? Mm-hmm. But where else they gonna go? So I get in the airport. I'm walking through Denver Airport, and it's probably a quarter of the people that are usually kind of traveling through that way. I go outside to get the shuttle to the rental car, and nigga, there's usually 25, 30 buses just running you back and forth to whatever, Hertz or Enterprise or Avis or whatever.
They probably had
It's like 3 buses.
One Ford Festiva taking y'all back and forth. we don't need no space.
Yo, it was crazy. I'm like, man, how? And because usually I always just miss that bus.
Mm-hmm.
I get out there and dude's like, "Hey, bruh, you need a ride? Sitting on the bench." I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Come on."
Yeah, that's weird.
I got
to
you.
see him sitting, I would assume the buses broke down. You don't ever see them dudes sitting still. Like LAX.
Doing nothing?
Yeah, man. They're on the news at LAX and out there, and they always, kind of position themselves in those lanes that are constantly flowing. Sometimes it can take you, I don't know if you've ever flown through LAX, it can take you an hour just to get through there, even if you ain't stopping. Like, it's just traffic like that. And it's weird to see them standing there trying to report, and you can hear them. There's no ambient noise. You might see somebody pop their head out and be like, "Is that old girl from the news?" Like that sort of thing. But that's it. That's wild. But yeah, man, I'm glad that you made it back safe. That's a wild experience to have in all of this. That you can say you flew in it, and I guarantee you're gonna catch an evil eye when you tell people you did that. But hey,
it's cool. I mean, people still, having fucking barbecues and all kind of stuff. At least I was away from most people.
Oh, well, that's the thing with this whole thing. Like social distancing, people will kind of make it fit whatever they consider it to keep doing what they're doing. Like I know some businesses that are like, well, we'll just throw private parties, and I'm like, it's still a party, and you're not supposed to be open if you're not essential. Like it's a trip how people kind of weave in and out of it.
When I was at the Hard Rock Cafe, I'm sitting at the bar. And like these 5 police officers walk in, and they're walking towards me, and they stop, and I'm like, okay, what kind of shit is happening right now? And I guess they start doing the social distancing thing, like, okay, we want to sit over here, but they still all sat together.
So they sat like a chair apart or something?
They sat at some tables.
But they were all in the same...
They sat in the same circle. I'm like, okay. All right,
yeah, I saw a video from like one of them doctor websites or whatever about like the air. You breathe out and how far it'll go. And it was like somebody in an aisle at a grocery store, and they don't even sneeze. They just breathe out hard enough. And how that air will go to the next aisle over and linger for, 15, 20 minutes. And I'm like, well, how come y'all keep saying this virus ain't airborne? if that's the worry. Right. So yeah, it's out here. They started limiting the number of people, that can go in. It's tape everywhere. If you're standing on a piece of tape, you can look and see where people are standing at other pieces of tape. I was in line waiting to get in the grocery store, right? And it's like 6 feet. I'm standing outside, I'm waiting or whatever. Yeah. So the line is right by the water machine where people just come and fill up their jugs. And this lady that just clearly didn't give a shit about the virus, no mask, no nothing, like just jumps in between everybody. So, the water machine is like between 2 people at 6 feet. So now everybody like an accordion is moving away from her. It's wild out there. It really is. I ain't been out my house all week.
Hey, you seen the lines that are like going back is 6 feet, 6 feet, 6 feet, right? But then the line next to them is like 3 feet away.
Yes. This virus only moves vertically, y'all. It don't move horizontally.
It just got no moves.
Yeah, it ain't got no crossover, no nothing. Like it's just the way it moves.
Yeah, man, that's me though. What you get into? Anything interesting?
Nah. I have not left my house. I done got in my bag with the podcast. Thank y'all for listening. Thank you for the feedback on the experiment with a vagina on the podcast. No, for real. I got to tell y'all, I enjoyed that episode. I listened back to it and I was like, this is good. That
was good. And that was good. I enjoyed having T and Nita on.
Yeah,
that was a good time.
And I know we got a lot of female listeners that have been bucking to get a female voice on because they feel like we I don't know what I never know what y'all are thinking. So, but y'all wanted a female on, and I hope it did you justice. We'll have more of that. I thought she was great. So,
well, now they know we're not gonna get somebody on here and fucking kick him around.
You know what? And y'all can let me know that because I don't know about you. I felt like that's what they thought was gonna happen.
Right.
Like we was just gonna get up there and treat any female that came on like shit. And I'm like, what are we giving off? Like that's I don't know.
I think that's just I think that is what has been heard before with podcasts that are male driven. And a little and kind of on the edge, right?
Yeah.
And that when they get them on there, the joke is to make her uncomfortable. The joke is to, quiet that voice and to make her wrong about this and make her wrong about that. Like we've said before, this is all a conversation,
and that's corny.
That you guys are listening.
That's
to.
hella corny. Like, I mean, I'm very aware that there's a show happening and we're talking to y'all, and I know we got a lot of female listeners, which honestly was shocking to me. But you know what I'm saying? Because it's
my fault.
No,
hey, girls.
Oh yeah, they do love the Marcus though. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
I got a belly now, but that was interesting to me. That was the perception of, oh God, how's this female gonna handle herself? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
we're not gonna get any weak women on here anyway.
No, that's just not gonna happen because they're gonna fold and then they're gonna blame us for it. Like this, I'm not gonna do that to somebody. And then what tripped me out about that more was from the previous pods. There's always been instances where me or you ends up siding with the women on stuff. It's never just been men. So I don't know where y'all get this shit from. But hey, it's all good. But you know what I did notice?
They're waiting for it. They're waiting for it to step in the bear trap.
It is. I think so. It's like people waiting on their favorite boxer to get knocked out. Like they're waiting for the downfall. We knew you was gonna do that. Like, no, keep waiting. Tune in. But you just
tune in. Maybe next time.
You just brought up something that I thought was interesting when you brought up the other podcast. Like you were gone the last couple of weeks, and we still got it done. Yeah. There's a couple of like bigger name podcasts that I listen to that have either halted production or have major technical issues. I was listening to one of my favorite ones last week, and like 3 or 4 different times in the pod, they stopped because they lost their connection.
Right.
And it tripped me out. I was like, me and Marcus is doing this. Just doing this. I mean, I don't even know how else to put it. You know what I'm saying?
Don't give out the secret.
No, I'm not going to give out how we do it. I'm not. I'm just saying it's interesting to me that we figured out something that they haven't. And they're getting paid thousands of dollars. You know what I'm saying? Or tens of thousands of dollars to do the pod. They're not hurting for anything. And the ones that have to be in the same room, I get it. The ones that don't and they're still having issues that we don't have, that is phenomenal to me. That's phenomenal. So, I mean, for real, y'all, like, and I know everybody probably feel this way about their podcast, but like me and Marcus have done some digging and like listen to other people's pods that are in our peer group, and it's some bullshit out there.
There's a lot of bullshit out there.
I say it, and I'm not even saying that to shit on anybody in particular, but it's a lot of shit podcasts that the sound ain't good. They are literally up there just making fart noises at each other or bitching on they drive from something. Yeah. We're not doing that. So like when y'all tell me that like, you heard the pod or a couple of people picked it up because their friends mentioned it on a page, we're doing something different. And I didn't realize that until we started. Because at the onset of this, it was, everybody got a podcast. We're going to do this or whatever. Now that I'm listening to what else people are at home doing, it's wildly different.
I think the difference is that a lot of these people claim to be cool with each other or know each other. Me and Sam really know each other. Yeah, fucking 20 years.
Yeah, if you ain't find me on the street, right? I don't know what I'd have done.
Yeah. Literally, quite literally found this cat on the street. But I think people are running out of shit to talk about.
Yeah. Yeah, if they were...
Because once the pop culture stops, once the entertainment TV stops, once the music stops, once the gossip stops,
what conversation you have?
What are you gonna do?
Yep.
What the fuck are you gonna do if you can't have a conversation about? We had a fucking teacher on who did a fucking fantastic job last week.
Yeah.
Why, like all these popular cats, all these guys in this arena?
Yeah, because
men and women,
they're like,
you don't know any teachers. Like you don't know. Like, let's get a different angle on what's happening outside.
Well, I think what that is, people. And my listeners, our listeners, please let us know if I'm wrong in this. Yeah, y'all want to hear from celebrities. You want to see what celebrities is doing. Which, by the way, the quarantine is showing you exactly what they really doing. And it ain't much.
Man. They so whack.
It ain't
man.
much.
Oh my god.
They regular people
All
just
your
like
favorite,
us.
all your favorite ball players. I told y'all this 2 weeks ago, or 3 weeks ago, whenever that was. All them athletes that y'all fucking admire so much on the court, they super lame off the court.
Yeah, that's the niche.
Have you seen Melo and D Wade and Chris Paul doing the teleconference? Man, LeBron, these cats is y'all think y'all are funny? Y'all sound so whack.
No.
Like just dog, they're showing fucking horse on ESPN. Okay, now when I heard that they were showing horse on ESPN, for you guys that don't know what horse is when you're playing basketball, right? And I do a shot, you do a shot, right? If I make the shot, you gotta do the same shot I just made.
He clipped him.
If I miss it,
he clipped him. I saw that.
If I miss the shot, it's your turn to shoot a shot, and if you make it, I gotta do that shot.
Yeah.
They're doing this shit on ESPN. And I was thinking, well, maybe they're doing it like it's two friends, right? LeBron and fucking Chris Bosh are playing at LeBron's house. No, they're doing this shit via satellite video.
Yeah. It's bad. They have nothing. There's nothing going on. The last thing I saw that like caught fire was Chadwick Boseman. His picture popped up on the internet yesterday.
Oh god.
He looks sick. Like he looked like he ain't allowed out the house and don't know how to Grubhub. Like it is bad. So everybody is assuming his next role is something that he has to be a slimmer character or whatever. But he's a
crackhead?
Dude, it looks bad. Like y'all.
Hey, is he playing like a broke nigga in Wakanda?
Because you know it's some broke niggas in Wakanda, right?
It's got to be some broke niggas in Wakanda, nigga.
Hey, I mean everybody got some broke niggas. I mean, shit. It was the mountain dudes with M'Baku. They had no money.
Oh yeah, they was broke.
They was broke. That was
broke as hell.
That was the hood, dog.
Oh shit, them niggas was in Baltimore.
That's why they had beef. He was like, "Oh, y'all up here living good and everything. Okay, we in the mountain. It's cold.
It's cold, nigga. We got these drawers on."
They found T'Challa in the river and put him in some snow.
Yeah.
It's like we ain't got no extra beds. It's the hood.
Nothing, man.
And pack him.
It's how we sleep.
And pack him in them flakes and call it good.
They ain't give him a coat or nothing.
But yeah, man, y'all celebrities is super whack right now. And it really is. It's sad to see some of it. Like I had no idea the magnitude of how old they were. You know what I'm saying? It's nuts. But
you're looking rough, boy.
I've been sitting at the house, getting back into my music bag. I watched a couple of movies on Netflix that I hadn't seen. Okay. Code 8 popped up in the list, and
I know why you watch that shit.
Why?
And I still hate you for that shit too.
Why?
So go ahead.
No, why?
No.
Hold on.
That fucking Arrow motherfuckers in there.
Okay. Oh, well, you gonna love this fucking synopsis. First of all, I wasn't even looking for this movie, but Netflix used to be the streaming app that I'd get on my computer or get on my TV, and I don't know about y'all, majority of the time I'll scroll for like a long time and not watch anything.
Like Pornhub.
Anything. Yeah, and then I'll go be like, oh shit, they got a brand new joint from, yeah. So it popped up in the top 3. I do like that Netflix does that top 10 thing now. And this is not a plug for Netflix. The trailer just started playing and it was in that superhero bag, but I like the spin on it because as much as, we be like, oh, they've done the superhero thing, Umbrella Academy showed me it can be done well in a different way than X-Men. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So I was like, let me check out this Code 8 thing. So when the movie started, I was like, man, this actor looks a lot like Arrow. Mm-hmm. And then Arrow showed up. It's Arrow's brother. The main character is Arrow's brother, bro. So it was a family affair. But I got to be honest, I know how you feel about Stephen Amell as an actor because he's on the CW, and the CW makes you act a certain way. You know what I'm saying? But when he showed up in this, I think he was trying his best to not be Arrow. Like he was going for something else. Did you see the movie at first?
So wait. So he's supposed to be? He's still Arrow?
No, he's not Arrow.
Okay.
No. It's not a crossover.
Okay. I was like, it's a crossover?
Not at all.
No, I haven't seen it.
Okay.
I haven't seen it. I have seen it pop up on my in my little whatever you want to call it.
Yes, it's called Code 8. For y'all that don't know, it's basically a movie about powered people, and the world doesn't want to accept them, and they got to register. And basically, X-Men was all about discrimination.
X-Men.
If y'all don't know, it's about discrimination. But it was a nice little mutant / heist film that they put together. So it ended up being kind of cool. I wouldn't mind seeing more of it. Like, y'all should check it out if you're sitting at the house, don't have nothing to do.
Is it a movie or a series?
It's a movie. It's a movie, and it's a Canadian film. I guess it got made last year, and then they put it on Netflix just recently, and people was picking it up because it was well done. It was well done. It has some twists I didn't see, and me being a comic book nerd and loving those types of movies, usually you can see pretty much where everything is going in these types of movies, and they got me with one, so I was pleasantly surprised.
And I don't. It's not that I don't like him because he's on. Was it the WB?
CW, which is WB, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. I don't like him because of you. I'm.
Come again?
You told me to start watching Arrow. I said, okay, I'll start watching it.
When Arrow first started, it was good. I didn't finish it. I'll be honest and say I quit.
Oh.
After Diggle jumped out of that vent and looked to the left and got punched in the face, I was done.
There was just so much. Like, I was cool with it at first, but then I can only deal with so much cornball shit. Cause I started watching Black Lightning, right?
That shit hella corny, but it's okay. It's okay. I haven't picked it back up, but because first of all, I couldn't get over him as a main character being Black Lightning when to me he'll always be Scooter from Living Single. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, where the fuck is Khadijah? You out solving crimes and Flavor Magazine is not doing well.
Not doing well at all, man.
You need to go help your girl. But I watched some of it and I was like, okay, I see what they're going for. And it to me was a very, very low budget Luke Cage. And I liked Luke Cage. I don't think you did, if I remember right.
I liked Luke Cage until probably I think it was the end of the first season when they did the Meteor Man fight scene.
Oh, with the other dude, the other powered guy or whatever.
Yeah,
that was
like
hella corny.
His brother or some shit.
Yeah, he was
over
the top corny villain.
Once they killed off homeboy from the
Cottonmouth. Yes,
Cottonmouth.
He was cold, bruh.
He was so legit.
Oh my god, he was cold. Yeah, that hurt me. I was like, wait a minute, he can't be dead.
On. And they gonna let her do it? Oh,
to me, that's what killed that show.
Yes, that's when they lost me really. Like Shades and the old Color Purple lady making out and shit.
That was gross.
They supposed to be fucking now.
Yeah,
and it was just weird. I'm like, what the fuck are y'all doing?
Luke Cage started off so strong, bro. It really did.
It did. And then people got mad in the second season because they had all the fake Jamaicans in there. The Jafakins was all over the show.
The Jafakins was doing work though. My Jamaican friends was like, "That's not how we talk, man." Like going in, no, like yeah, they get passionate as hell, man. You do not want to be a bad Jamaican. I think he was British.
Yeah,
but it was they ruined it. But I think they just couldn't afford. I'm gonna fuck his name. Mahershala. Marshmallow Ali. They I don't think they could afford him. And
we should look his name up before we.
I didn't plan on talking about him. So
shit.
Chicken Marsala Ali. I think they couldn't afford the homie. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, they was probably like, we got you for 5 episodes,
we got you.
and you gotta go because you're too good at everything. I haven't seen him even movies that I didn't like. He was awesome in. So they couldn't afford Cat.
He was good, man. Like that when I saw it when he was playing the way he played Cottonmouth, I'm like, this dude is killing this shit.
Yeah. As far as I was concerned, he was the show. And then because I was like, how many criminals are in the city that don't know he bulletproof, but still insist on trying when they see him? You know what I'm saying? It was like, how many times can you do this? Where the criminals show up and he walk in and he just standing there, and all of y'all happen to have every gun that you own, and he ain't moving. Why are you wasting bullets? What you shooting at him for? What's that?
Luke Cage is a bitch.
Luke Cage.
Luke Cage.
Oh,
he's a bitch.
Why
Luke Cage is not a bitch.
Okay, he go hard, but yeah, why you say? I was like, he just flipped it to Mortal Kombat. But yeah, go ahead. Why is Luke Cage a bitch?
Because he can't fight.
Oh, no. He got no hands. That's why the Jamaican dude was beating his ass on that bridge.
Beating his ass! He was beating the brakes off that nigga.
He got no hands. All it is he's strong, and if he get a hold of you, it's a wrap. It's like, I don't know, a George Foreman with no skills. Like, he's all power. All power.
I just realized that he has no skill. 0 hands.
Like, if he come at me, like, he a big dude. He ain't gonna outrun me. He ain't.
No.
I think one dude did rock him. Like, they hit him with, like, a shotgun in the head or something, and it, like, rung his bell. Like, he could still get a concussion. You know,
Oh, shit.
But, yeah, other than that, it was trash. Anyway,
Yes.
I got off that. I got into my music bag, and a lot of good new music has come out in the last month or so. And I was like, man, you know, I'd start doing stuff around the house or whatever, and I just started getting into my shit. When Gambino dropped, I was dumb excited because he's one of my favorite artists.
For sure.
And I gotta be, and this
Childish.
is, I'm gonna tell you, this Childish Gambino. If y'all don't know who he is by now,
amazing talented guy.
It's ridiculous how talented. He's one of them dudes that can do everything.
Writer,
ATL,
comedian.
yeah, Smash Show. The first time I saw him was on College Humor back in the day.
Yeah.
And he was doing this sketch called Spelling Bee, trying to get white people to spell nigger faggot. And yeah, man, if you haven't seen it, look it up on YouTube. Like, it is the most fucked up shit you shouldn't be laughing at. But back then, he was a funny cat with good timing. Like, that's what the takeaway is there. Camp, his old, like, first real album that came out, that will forever be in my top 10 albums. That album spoke to me. Like, as a nerd, as the awkward kid growing up.
Yeah, I knew you was gonna go there.
It's nowhere else for it to go. That album is fucking brilliant. This one, and it's a strong statement. I'm gonna say right now, I know I'm by myself.
Okay.
This album of his gave me some Prince and Michael Jackson vibes. Big time. I couldn't believe it. I was listening to some of the ways he was moving stuff, and I'm not saying he's that talented of a singer or a performer. I'm just talking about melodically, the way that he was putting the music together. I was like, yo, this is some next level shit, because none of his music sounds like anybody else. I like that. I don't know if you listened to the album. Did you listen to it?
I did.
Oh.
Listened to it a couple times.
What'd you think?
Not for me.
I didn't think it was for you. I didn't.
I feel like if I go back and listen to the Love Below, I feel like this is what he's trying to do. Like, he's trying to combine a Prince sound and an Andre 3000 sound into one album. Not only that, but I think he was trying too hard with the music. Like, he tried to make an album. I won't call this his Yeezus phase, but I feel like he's going down that way.
No, see, I felt like his Jesus phase was the album before this. That was the one, and that one had some hits on it too, like Redbone, you know. But I didn't feel that album, like that one didn't have like a replay value to me like this one did.
This one doesn't have a replay value.
I gotta disagree there. This one doesn't have the replay value of Camp to me. Like, I can listen to Camp anytime. That album works for me if I'm working out, if I'm cleaning up, if I'm riding in the car. That album works. This one is, I gotta be in a very specific mood, but I like it. Like, I gotta be on some straight chill type of stuff, like nothing going on. I ain't gotta yell at the kids, and I can vibe with this one.
Dog, there ain't even no music. There's no words in the intro, is there? It's just fucking
sounds.
Weird sounds.
Yeah, it was sounds. I'm not disputing that. It was sounds. But after he got out of the intro bag, because at first I was like, please don't be as weird as you were on your last shit. That was my first thought. Because when you got an artist like him that thinks differently and doesn't care if you don't like the way that he's thinking, when Awaken My Love came out, it was hella weird. It was hella weird. But after he got out of that and just started making the songs or whatever, like 1238 with 21 Savage, shit was nuts. And then all the rest of his songs, which is kind of weird to do.
You like that song, 1238?
It was all right. That one to me was one of the standouts in the fact that there was even anybody else on it, because he don't do that. But you know how, well, maybe in this generation, back in the day, if you got an album, right? Album will come out. We hit them all up, go to FYE. You know what I'm saying? You get the album, you sitting there, you got the case, you have to pay attention to like what the song titles are.
Right.
You can't even do that with this album. That was the only thing that aggravated me. Was like if somebody was like, "Hey, well, what?" Because a couple people that like I know is on Childish. It's like, "What song did you like?" And that had to be like, I think it was number 6 because all of the song
I think
titles.
it was number 6.
No, because all of
Yeah,
the
no.
all of the song titles are numbers.
I wrote them down.
They're like 33, 32, 30. You know, like I couldn't even tell you which ones I like because I was like, man, I'm not doing this extra shit for you, because it's dumb. I don't know why he did that. I would love to see why he did that, and I never bothered to look it up. I was like, maybe I'll find out somewhere in listening to this album, and it just didn't happen. But for what it is, like I thought he put out a good project on this one.
I'll probably pull like 3 songs. I think there was one song he tried to do. I feel like he was trying to redo Redbone.
Yeah, I can't remember which one it was, but I know what song you're talking about.
It was 2419.
Okay.
I feel like he was trying to he's trying to redo that. And I think that song's like fucking 8 minutes long or something like that, right? And I'm cool with the song. I like the vibe. Like if you don't like Redbone, you're crazy.
Yeah.
When he gets into that pocket of making that kind of music, I don't think there's anybody else out there except for maybe like Miguel that can get to that pocket.
Yeah. And
you can't fuck that up. Like nobody else. Like let them two just do this, right? Maybe a few other people I'm not thinking about right now. But most of this album to me, I just felt like he was trying stuff. Not mind you trying anything, but just because you're trying something doesn't mean I have to like it.
I agree with that, but what I would rather our artists do is try something completely different and it fail, and then there's 4 other tracks or 3, like you said, that you pull from it that you're like, yo, he was on it right then. Yeah. Because at least you're stepping out of the box versus giving a cookie cutter album, and he doesn't do that. So whenever he puts out a project of any sort, movie, TV show, album, mixtape, I got to find it, and I got to see what he did. But those of you that don't know who Childish is, let's see. ATL, he was on a TV show called Community. He was in The Martian for a bit, which is a great movie to me. Especially, I didn't expect to see him, so it was shocking to me to see him in it and then to do well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sure. He's just a stellar dude, and what I like about him more is he's one of them cats that you would immediately write off as you ain't never going to amount to shit. Just looking at him. You know, like,
oh yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
When I found out who he was, I'm like, that's not that nigga.
Yeah, he got a stand-up special on Netflix, and that shit is bananas. Like
he's talented dude, man.
It's nuts. It's nuts that he can just do all of that. But yeah, so his album was good to me. I went back and listened to that Jadakiss because I just needed that. Ignatius, he put an album out.
You needed it. You needed it.
I needed it, bro. Like, I need it. It just reminded me of old school now hip hop album would drop, and you could just let that shit ride. Like that album was fire to me. You know what I'm saying?
Let that shit ride. You thought Jadakiss was fire?
You didn't like it?
I thought it was just Jadakiss.
Well, I mean,
that's good and bad to me because if you're gonna come back and drop an album, I want to hear something. I felt like I could have picked that same album up in 2001.
Well, I mean, he's an artist from that era. And that's what I mean by it is, all right, when you say, like, it just sounded like Jadakiss to me, I don't even take that as a slight. Because for an artist to have the type of longevity like that, yeah, at some point it just feels watered down because you're used to hearing them. Jadakiss's voice sells records. So what does that mean when you say it just sounded like Jada? Yeah, it's him. Like, what do you mean when you say that?
Give me something. If you're gonna drop another album after whenever the last time you dropped an album, I don't even know when the last time you dropped the album was. But if you're gonna do something, give me something fresh. Like, okay, you can still give me bars, but do something different. Like, give me a different sound. Like it sounds like the same shit, same beats, the same. Throw an R&B guy on here, and we'll turn this into like a love song, kind of. Well, like it's the same formula. Like, do something different. You sound like I said before, it's great. He sounds like Jada. Jada's a legend, right? But I don't want to go and get your album and it's the same. Well, go and get it. How old does that sound? I don't want to download your album, listen to it, and be like, okay, well, I've heard this album before.
What's interesting about you saying that to me is the conversation that always comes up with artists like Jay, where when they drop an album, he always tries to reinvent himself. and he made that statement of niggas want my old shit, buy my old album, right? That was one of his like classic lines, and I was like, that's great because I know when a Jay album comes out, he's gonna try and push the envelope too. At the same time, people hate on him for changing his sound up, saying, "Oh, you just always changing with the trends." So which is it?
I don't think Jay-Z is changing with the trend. I think he's made his own lane.
Yeah,
I don't think he's changing.
I'm just saying artists in general.
I think one thing that Jay does that I don't like is get on a Future song or a DJ Khaled song, and we gotta listen to "You Got the Keys," which is a fucking trash song. Yeah. Why are you doing that, Jay? You don't have to do that.
Yeah,
like that's why I feel like Jay-Z is reaching. But otherwise, do your thing, dog. Like a lot of people didn't like Blueprint 3.
And I loved it.
I didn't mind it.
Yeah,
I didn't like that shit, that Forever Young bullshit he had on there.
No, I didn't like that. I didn't like that. The whole album didn't ride, but the ones that he did give me, I was like, okay, this will be one of my tracks forever.
Exactly. Like I'm cool with that. But when you reach into fucking like, he's right. If I wanted that Jadakiss, I would have bought that Jadakiss back in 2000. Like, if you're gonna come out and it's gonna be a thing because you're a highly respected artist, then give me some good shit besides you and Neo doing another fucking song together.
Yeah.
Like that shit sounds old to me. And that's why I was riding around and listening to the record. I was thinking, you know what? This sounds like a bunch of shit that he had just laying around that he wanted to put out.
Even me? That track goes super hard. That's an anthem. Me is ridiculous. I remember having to turn that up and back it up. Like before the track, and you ever heard a song real good and you in the middle of it and you say to yourself, run that shit back. You ain't even talking to nobody. Like it's just you. It's just you in the car. You like, run that shit back, nigga. And then you go, yeah, I'm gonna do that. just you.
I'm gonna do that. Thanks. Yeah, gotcha.
That's a good idea.
There were some songs on there that I feel like he probably got, ate up on a little bit. I can't remember the title. Is that Me with him and like he's got
Me is just him. Nah, it's just him.
Just him. Like I think he got ate up on that song with 2 Chainz.
Yeah, 2 Chainz
track list.
2 Chainz did body him, but Jada's one of them artists that like I don't expect him to do anything different. There's certain artists I do, and some I expect them to give me who they are. Jada's been who Jada is. Fair. Yeah, Jada's been himself since Bad Boy. And he ain't changed. Yeah. I'm glad they came out of that if you think I'm Jiggy Bag. You know what I'm saying? That was...
Yeah, shiny suit bag?
They tried it. It didn't work. The best LOX was when they was with Rough Riders. That was authentically them.
And that's who you're going to get. Like, when any of them drop an album, you're going to get, that. And I respect that. I'm just saying, I'm probably not going to go back to the album.
Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah, there was a couple of tracks up there that I actually like threw into, like, you got like a list of like this my shit, so let me put it in a playlist.
Right.
I think I grabbed 4 out of there.
Okay.
And was like, all right, these can go. But Jada out of the locks is the artist you want to hear. Like I remember one of their later projects after Rough Rider, and every time one of their songs would come on, I'd just be waiting on Jadakiss to rap. Like I just be like, man, when the fuck Sheik gonna shut up? And I like, I like Sheik, but I was just like, if he's sitting in a room with Jadakiss, I don't want to hear.
You're not waiting on Styles P to jump on there?
I think I'm cool on that.
Oh wow.
They can all rap. Don't get me wrong, but like if I gotta pick, somebody gonna shine out of a group. You know what I'm saying? The Temptations knew won't nobody coming to see Otis. So he's the guy. So I'll be like, all right, he gonna come in, he gonna kill it and clean this shit up. But hey, but kudos to you though. Y'all, every now and then Marcus give me one. He give me one. And he told me
every now and then
you be putting
all I give you is fire, nigga.
Every now and then. He was like, you need to listen to that Joyner Lucas.
Oh God.
My God. If I'm at a loss for words at how
isn't that album crazy?
It's not even fair. Is the best thing I could say. That was the album. Like I was talking about that Run That Shit Back. I was in a grocery store with a mask on, looking like I was getting robbed the place because I was hype. I was super hype in the grocery store. That was dumb. That whole album. If y'all don't know who Joyner Lucas is, I don't work for any of these people, by the way. I'm just telling y'all what's hot. Please go look at ADHD. That album is stupid.
It's insane.
It's by far the best album that I've heard this year.
And that's why I stopped listening to Jada. Because I listened to Joyner first.
Oh,
right?
See? Okay. You got to say that. You got to say that. After you listen to this Joyner album, you can't listen to nothing else for a minute. You need a palate cleanse.
Yeah,
man. Nah. So Jada didn't even have a fair shot in the game for you. That's what that was.
Because I'm listening. Because I listened to Joyner. It might have been, I don't know, a week and a half ago, right? So I'm listening to Joyner, and the intro is different. It's just him, like a psychiatrist talking to him as a kid. Doesn't matter. Then the second song comes on. I lied.
Yeah,
right?
I lied.
That shit comes on, and you're not ready for that shit.
Nah.
You're not. And I mean, if you haven't heard the album, if you're into rap, you listen to this right now. You think you're going to be ready for this shit. This cat is tearing shit up from the word go.
What was interesting to me, I listened to a music podcast, and none of them mentioned this album. And they're all rap heads. I was like, how come nobody is talking about this album, bruh?
Yeah.
Like, did he piss somebody off or what? Like, what's the deal?
Yeah.
Because even when he does a lazy song, there's a song up there called 10 Bands, and you can tell he is phoning it in.
Yeah,
he
10 Bands phoned in.
You can tell he is like sitting back in his chair, like.
And that shit is hard.
10 Bands, 100 grand. I was like, this shit is dumb, and he ain't even trying.
Dog.
He's not trying right now.
He's not. It's insane.
Broken Stupid, the way he closed the album.
I'm gonna tell you how good this album is.
He closed the album so strong, I went back to the beginning. I was like, I'm not ready. How dare you end this album?
I was trying to. How dare you end this album? Repeat. So I was talking to you about the album, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you said something about Broken Stupid is fucking hard. And I'm like, man, what song is that?
Because it's the very last one. Yeah.
Right. So a lot of times we listen to an album, you're not looking at what songs they are. You're just listening to the shit. Especially if it's as good as this. You're just listening to the words, right?
Right.
So I'm like, I remember a song on there I really like. I need to put Sam on this shit. Even though I know you already heard it. And the song I was talking about was I Lied, right?
Okay. So
I go back to I Lied, and I end up listening to that whole fucking album again. It's like 15 songs.
Wow.
I'm sorry, it's 18 songs. And before I knew it, I was at Broken Stupid, which is the last song.
Yeah, and see, that right there in and of itself is hard to do, especially on a rap album. Like you said, with certain people use classic too fast. I will say that. I'm not going to call this a classic yet. I want to see if it stands the test of time. But for most rap albums, well, this is me. I would expect to have like 4 tracks that I could take with me. On a good rap album, it'd be like 4 or 5 tracks. On a classic, you can almost let the whole fucking album ride. You know what I'm saying? And on this one, like he said, I got to the last track and I didn't realize I had listened to the whole album. I thought I was on I thought I was on like track 6, 7. And then I went back and I was like, he just took me on a lyrical journey that a lot of artists can't do right now. They just can't.
That Joyner Lucas album is fucking hard. I'm gonna say it's a classic. Because I've listened to records all year. Like, I couldn't even get through Party Next Door. I was like, blah.
Yeah,
I couldn't get through The Weeknd. The Weeknd was boring.
The Weeknd was super boring.
Like, get back on cocaine, bro. Like, whatever you were doing before, go back and start doing that
shit. Get back on cocaine.
When you was doing that Wolf of Wall Street shit, go back to doing that. Like, this right here, I'm straight. Like, I don't need this Weeknd in my life.
You know, the Weeknd always baffled me because he be talking some of the wildest shit to females, and y'all love him.
Oh, man,
like,
what?
Like, y'all think we be saying some wild shit? The Weeknd be talking about y'all like you ain't shit.
I just, dog, he be shitting all over women.
It's
dog.
ridiculous. He be talking about females like some straight dirt dogs, and he gets a pass because he's melodic about it. I guess
because his voice is all high. It sounds nice.
His hair, look like
the beat is
old beef.
Good.
Yeah, so he gets a pass for whatever reason, but he be straight being like, I bagged 6 bitches this week, yeah, like
just like that,
and
just like
they
that.
be like, yes, weekend. Like I don't understand it, but yeah, his album was super boring.
Once it sounds good, women don't care. It's like when who was that? Beyonce talking about rolling around with drinking that watermelon.
Oh yeah,
fucking women's out there singing. I've been drinking watermelon,
which I heard. Wasn't that her making a metaphor for swallowing?
Man, I don't know, but she should have just said that.
But my thing is like, I be watching females like they used to hashtag it and shit. And I'd be like, you don't swallow. What the fuck you talking about?
Nah, you don't swallow.
No, you ain't about that life.
You don't want no seeds in your mouth. Just relax.
Yeah, you want them chicks that like jerk it fast and turn your head. Like I know you.
Jerk it fast and turn your head is fucking.
You don't want no parts of the final product that you were working for. You knew when you started the job what the end result of the job was. So no, you don't drink watermelon. You spit the seeds out. Like don't even come at me that way.
At all.
And I don't want to get into a deep dive on Jhené Aiko's album other than to say it was great.
No, it's fantastic. I love the album.
Yeah, she did great. What is she? Besides just fucking sexy.
Is she like, man, I don't know, man. I don't want to be racist.
No, I'm looking it up because
she's
both
one of us got scared.
Yeah, I don't want to be racist. Because the girl is bad.
Yeah.
I always thought was interesting about her career is she's always been able to sing, but until she said "Eat your booty like groceries," nobody bothered to look her up. You know what I'm saying? Like when she popped up on that song with Omarion and that line that everybody just couldn't stop talking about, it made you pay attention to her music. And it's like, you got to do something to pop. She was like, you know what? I do like that because she don't mind telling people that in interviews.
Yeah.
But
I mean, that's another one of those lines that that people are singing and they don't know what the fuck they saying.
They know they talking about eating ass.
Eating,
they know.
Like some groceries though? What kind of freak you gotta be to say eat that booty like groceries?
I mean, does that mean like you gotta unpack them and put the bread tie back on? Like I don't. Mm-hmm. I'm not doing. I mean, you eat ass, Marcus? You eat ass?
No, thank you.
Nah. In the heat of passion, if she's like, yeah, do that shit. Like you already down there, you ain't gonna hike her legs up another 2 inches. Nah.
Well, I'm just like Donnell Jones, right where I want to be.
So you gonna look up at her and go, "I'm sorry, baby. I'm not eating that. Not gonna get your sweet little dee lick today. Not at all.
What do you do if you're eating ass and get some paper in your mouth? And then the whole mood is fucked up.
But at that point you probably haven't fucked yet. So are you gonna be like, oh no, I just got some toilet paper in my mouth, I'm going home? Or are you gonna
bruh, that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing.
You gonna hit the sunflower seed spit and you gonna keep it moving, right?
No. I'm gonna keep it moving, all right. We ain't doing that.
I think I'd immediately come up, like if she did that, how they'll buck to try and make you go a little bit further down. Mm-hmm. If she made me lick her ass with ice, I think I'd immediately come up and kiss her in the mouth.
Bam, right there.
Like, ha!
Take that.
Just start breathing in her face. Like,
oh man,
like what is that? That's you, nigga.
I couldn't do that, man. Like you go down, you eating a girl ass, you get like a fucking little dingleberry because she wasn't prepared for you to do the ass eating. So then you do it, and then now all of a sudden, you know what I mean? It's a lot of extra shit going on down there.
Well, after that, you got to be extremely nice to her for the rest of your life. You're never gonna win an argument, especially in public. Like you better not ever pop off in public at her ever again.
You either gotta be with her forever or fucking move away
and block her on everything and all the mutual friends.
Yeah, no.
I don't care if it's you. You gotta go too.
Witness protection.
That's it.
Straight up.
That's it. Because you are not allowed to say one bad word about her ever. Because that trump card, it don't matter what else. It don't matter what else. As soon as she busts out with that, well, you won't say that when you was licking the toilet paper out, like you done.
Oh my God, that's
You
so
all the way
gross,
done.
though.
You all the way done.
Nah, see,
But
that's why I stay where I'm supposed to be at, man. I don't, you know what I mean?
so if Janae told you could smash, but you got to do that first, you gonna tell her no?
Is this her? Because I get kind of weird about. Is this like her still fucking with Big Sean?
Oh God. um, no, this is single Janae. She just
Single Janae?
y'all in Vegas. You meet her
Oh,
at the club.
man.
She's like, "Oh, you that Marcus cat from Illegal Opinions? Like I heard about you. You know what I'm saying? Let's go back to the
Yeah, I
room."
probably would. Yeah, I probably do that.
Okay, because I was gonna call you a fucking liar. I can't even say I wouldn't.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm gonna tell you what's up.
I mean, for real. Like, it's certain ones.
all
it's
you,
like,
all you regular Becky's don't. Nah,
you don't eat a russet. You don't eat a regular russet.
Nah, at all.
Nah, because this is the thing. When you know that that's Janae's thing, I would assume she's gonna do what she has to do to make sure that's right all the time.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you into that, like, you know, that's your thing, then you're not gonna expect nobody to go down there and you ain't right. So to me, if she asking you, she should know, you know, it's right. Unless she one of them, well, I'm Janae Aiko, like they're gonna do it regardless.
And I mean, I have to assume that she's gonna suck the soul out of my body.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you gonna be walking around like Sam Wheat from Ghost, like you dead, Willie. She sucked your dick too, huh? Yeah, you dead, Willie.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
Okay,
did you find out? Did you find out what she was? Nigga?
Yeah. I did. That's why I was stalling for time and ended up turning somewhere into her asshole apparently. But
Apparently.
multiracial. Her father is Native American. She's Jewish, German, and African American.
Jesus
Her
Christ.
mother is Spanish, Japanese, and Dominican.
That bitch is the fifth element.
She's yeah. Oh, Lilu Dallas multi-pass ass. She a multi-pass ass nigga.
Multi-pass.
Oh,
that's such a horrible movie. Oh my god.
Man, Fifth Element is a great movie, man.
It's a great bad movie.
Fucking Ruby Rod.
It's a great bad movie. Like if I will watch it's like Demolition Man. If Demolition Man comes on TV, I know it's a bad movie.
But you watching it though.
I'm gonna watch that shit.
And see, we've had
and I don't know why.
No, but see, we've had different conversations where you talk about some shit is trash and be like, I'm not spending my time on that. There's a such thing as being entertained by something that's bad.
That's true. But
so you can't say that it's not a possibility. The
difference is that I'm not gonna go to the movies and give somebody $17 to watch Demolition Man. If it's on TBS
when it came
TNT,
out though, did you?
No.
You didn't see it in the theater?
Mm-mm.
I saw it on HBO first, I think. Now I think about it.
Yeah.
But I didn't know enough about it.
We was mad young when that shit came out.
Yeah, it was titties in it and yeah, it was. Yeah, we didn't see that outright.
But think about the Fifth Element right now. If that Fifth Element trailer came out right now, are you going to see the Fifth Element?
No. The voodoo trailer of the Fifth Element that's out right now. Well, all the movie trailers from back then was terrible. I wouldn't have gone to see the Terminator back then. That was a horrible movie trailer. All of them were in a world. You know, they epic movie voice guy comes on and it was all of those movies. I'm like, why did we ever go? The Jurassic Park trailer is trash. So that's an unfair equivalent.
You had different standards then.
We did.
Of what was cool.
We did.
They got dinosaurs, nigga.
That movie still holds up though.
The Fly is in it?
That movie still holds up. Like with Janae Aigo's ethnicity being everything, right? Like absolutely everything. Like how do you feel about like interracial relationships? And the reason I ask is because like she's with Big Sean, but because she's in like a R&B hip hop type of vibe, I think people just identify her automatically as African American. So it's interesting to me to see that she's mixed with everything. It's like she part Jewish, you know what I'm saying? That's nuts. I never knew that. When I see interracial couples now, and I think about them and the evolution of it, like from back in the day when it was extremely taboo, because it was taboo for me back in the day. But like, do you feel like it's changed and people are allowed to date outside their race without being looked at a certain way?
Has it changed? Yes.
All right, maybe I should say evolved.
It's evolved, yeah, for sure. It's evolved, but the reason why people don't say shit is because there are so many other people that are okay with it. It's kind of like being racist. Like being racist back in the day was perfectly fine, but now you got to kind of go in the woods with that shit. It's just not okay to say out loud.
Right. You got to
depending on where
find.
you are,
You got to
course.
find the other racist people to
Yes.
talk to.
You
Yeah.
have to find them. I feel like a lot of people still look at that as, taboo, be with your own people or whatever. But our generation is just different. Now, of course, it started more being socially acceptable back in the 70s, which is crazy that it was just the 70s.
Yeah,
But
it's not that long ago.
yeah, so I think people. So it not being that long ago, of course, still people can still have a problem with it. Like I said in conversations that you and I have had about whatever, about racism. Like I don't mind. Like old white people, most of them are racist in some kind of way, shape, or form because that's just how they grew up.
Yeah.
They grew up being that way. Like yes, people have said nigger back in the day. If they're over 70 or 80, they definitely have. But now they got to shut the fuck up with it because it's not okay anymore.
Yeah, but
I feel the same way about that. Those same people have those same sensibilities of, I'm not cool with this mixed couple shit, but now my grandbaby's fucking black and whatever else. So
I definitely
gotta
think
deal with it.
it makes, for the white family that's like, you better not bring a black dude home. You're kind of driving her towards us. So God bless you, Grandpa and Meemaw.
Yeah, straight up.
I mean, for real.
Gonna go get that. Mm-hmm.
It really does
No, I
make it
agree.
that way. But like, I remember when it used to feel weird for me. Like, I took a girl to the movies when I was in high school, a white girl, and my parents come from that same era that you're talking about. But my mom, she went to an all black school.
Right.
Like that was the era they lived in. You know what I'm saying? So they have a different perspective, and she's not racist or anything like that. But what I mean is they didn't see that.
Yeah.
So I would hear, and I think most black people did. You'd hear like if she can't use your comb, don't bring her home, and you never heard that before?
That's so funny.
It's fucked up. But
No,
you'd hear shit like that,
She can't.
And then at all of my holidays and stuff, the family would come around, and everybody had a spouse that was also African American, except for one. And one of my cousins had a Hispanic spouse, and that, for whatever reason, never came up as taboo. But the first time we saw somebody white come in the door, it was like the talk of the family for weeks. So it just, and again, like you said, with the white older people that grew up a certain way, it feeds you an ideology that you form in and of yourself. So I'm in the mall with this girl, and we were fine in the movie. And then when we started walking around the mall, I'm holding her hand, and I could just see the looks from other people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it was like the weirdest feeling. And I ended up breaking it off with her. And she, sweetheart, you know what I'm saying? She supports my comedy. We're friends now. But I think back to that a lot. Like, damn, it's real easy to kind of get roped into what everybody else thinks is supposed to be right versus going with you just liking somebody. Over color, it's fucking dumb. But especially as a kid, you don't know what else to think. So that 100% makes me feel like all of it is just taught behavior. Like if you
don't have the balls as a kid.
Tell me more.
As a kid, you haven't been through enough growing up to be like, fuck what they say. I'm gonna do what the fuck I want to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You haven't gotten to that part of your life where it's, this is who I'm fucking with, or this is what I'm fucking with, and if you don't like it, then you could go kick rocks.
Right.
When you're a kid, it's everyone is older than you. Everyone's older than you. Everyone is wiser than you. So all you can do is lean on what they say and feel, or at least hope, that they're pointing you in the right direction and they're telling you what's best for you.
Yeah. Yeah. And
a lot of times they don't know. They all they're going off of, they could have had a bad situation happen back in, when they tried to do that way back in the day and it didn't work out.
So it comes off like a cautionary tale because of their experiences. Right. But as times change, like I don't like make my kids feel a way. If my kid's got a crush that's a different race or whatever, I'm like, love who you love as long as they treating you right and y'all are fucking good. She might not be black. And there shouldn't be a problem with that. But you still see that prejudice. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. Absolutely, man. Like my son is mixed, right? You know this, they don't. Hey people, my son's mixed. All right. So black and Hispanic. Like, you went back and you said you were saying something about if you can't use your comb, don't bring her home.
Right.
One reason I didn't hear that in my house was because my family is super mixed, right? Like, Creole foundation, right? Like basically in my family at one point, half of my family went to become white people. The other half stayed and chilled with the black folks. Like my oldest aunt, if I point her out to you, you'd be like, that's a white lady with red hair. That's not your aunt. Yeah, it is. Right. So that's why I didn't get a lot of that.
Because your family was accustomed to it already.
Right. Multicultural. Like my cousins married Korean women, white women, like shit like that. So it was already kind of like okay around me. Now, when I got older, it's kind of when it became more of a problem. When now the girl is Hispanic, right? And now I'm having to deal with the fact that she's telling me, she's like, yo, my family is super duper traditional. Which is interesting. Because I'm thinking that, okay, so they only want you to date Mexican guys or what? And they were like, well, a white guy will be fine too. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, how is that okay? But you dating a black dude isn't. She's like, it's just my oldest sister was dating a black dude when my parents moved up here. That shit didn't go great. So then it was like, dad's got, the black jokes and shit, and fucking mom's looking at me kind of sideways. So it just became a thing. So, I mean, you'd be surprised the way people look at, from a different side, the way people look at interracial relationships. It's just different.
Well, yeah, because
everybody's got their reasoning why.
When you come into a household that's a different color, and I think this goes for everybody listening, you become the ambassador for your race in that house that night. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So how you present yourself and all that other shit, they're going to assume that's how every other black person that like she bring in the house is going to behave.
Just like that.
And as much as it's a slap in the face for a white person to be like, oh, well, he's so articulate. Like, I don't know why y'all think this shit's a compliment to a black person. It's like y'all are expecting us to what it do, what it is.
How y'all doing tonight, masters?
Yeah.
Just like that. And
it's sad.
But it's all about, they're ready for the stereotype.
Yes. Yeah, everything they've seen on Law and Order, the black people that they pick up, the niggas in the hood movies, that's what they're expecting all the time. You know what I'm saying?
They're waiting on a stereotype.
And like me and you, have you ever done an over the phone interview and they didn't know what color you were until you popped up?
Oh yeah,
that to me is the greatest shit ever.
Yeah.
Like my name, and your name is Marcus, and my name is Samuel. They have no idea what's walking in the door.
Yeah.
So when we show up, it's like, oh wow, you know what I'm saying? But unfortunately, they still try and figure out where to place you. So that happens in dating, I think. You know what I'm saying? Like as soon as they go, oh, okay, well, little Becky is dating Jamarius. They immediately form an image of Jamarius in their head.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Dreads, gold teeth. What else?
Broke.
Got
pants hanging down around the waist, And on the flip side, if my mama, oh, you dating a white girl, lily white girl, they eating parsnips for dinner, image pops in your head. And I did.
I saw a parsnip.
Cause like one of my exes, she was Filipino and white, and my mom like hated her guts.
Damn.
But it wasn't just like because she was Filipino and white. She was a girl in school.
Hate lumpia?
I love lumpia. It's one of my favorite foods. I was like, you need to get with her mama and learn some shit. But nah, she was like, when my father passed, and we never really got into our like school bag too much, but he was a security guard at the school. This girl was always in trouble, so he'd come home with work stories, and it's like, yeah, Sam's dating that girl that's always in trouble. But she was good as fuck to me at the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, we was great. But at the same time, my mom was looking at her like, this ain't the one. That mother's intuition was kicking in, but I had to assume it was the same shit as the white girl. You know what I'm saying?
You had the balls to learn, though. Like,
yeah,
you
but
got older.
as
so
you
were
got
like,
older,
okay.
it was like, yeah, but this is who I'm rocking with right now. You know, and if it dissolves on its own, cool. But this is what it is. You know, and it's on me. You got to be your own individual. Like, that racism shit is so stupid in matters of love. You know, but the question got posed online. I saw somebody ask that whole, you know, if you like a female because she's lighter skinned, then you racist. That's colorism and this and that. And I'm like, okay, in this same bag of talking interracial relationships, this and that. If a female out there picks a dude just because he's tall or because he's got a beard, you're doing the exact same shit. You're doing the exact same shit. So don't be mad at no dude because he with a light skinned chick if you dark. If you won't date a dude that's not 6'2".
And that's the thing that I don't understand. I don't know, man. I'm not gonna. It's just your standards are stupid. That's all. Your standards are fucking dumb.
Everybody's standards are stupid if you want to
look
look at it that way.
yourself. Get over yourself. Like, okay, like, I don't understand, man. Like, people, your job isn't fucking perfect. You don't have the job you want. It's not perfect, but you go to that motherfucker every day. You don't have the car you want. It's not perfect, but it does the job. Like, it gets you where you gotta fucking go. You have this substandard, or you've taken this stuff over here a certain way. But when it comes to the person that you're gonna like, all the shit that's reliable, that you're cool with, you're like, all right, I'm not, I have problems with my job every now and again, but you're not quitting your fucking job. It's not perfect, but your ass is there. Right. Like, why don't you do that with your relationships or who you're trying to be in a relationship with?
It's a
why
business.
Are you not taking that same shit? You still driving that fucking Camry because it's reliable and you fucking love it. Find you a Camry type motherfucker. Like find somebody that's gonna treat you right, take fucking care of you, make sure you good.
They don't want the Camry though. They want the Lambo. But they want the car with 200 on the dashboard, but they know they ain't allowed to go that fast.
The Lambo don't fucking want you, and he gonna cheat on you.
Yep.
Like, what the fuck? Because you're not a Lambo.
I said you ain't even on that lot.
It's just wild, man. Anyway, man.
I think everybody tries to date up though. If you want, that's the ideal. It's like, I want something that I feel like is completely out of my league.
No, that's a male thing.
Men you think that's a male thing?
Absolutely. That the whole phrase of out kicking the coverage, that's a male thing. When you're a dude, and this is how you know you fucking outkicked your coverage. If you're a dude and your homeboy's like, nigga, how you pull that motherfucker? That's when you know she probably shouldn't be with your ass. Like, you've outkicked your coverage.
No, that's
not that she shouldn't be with you, but you've done well.
When you hear your homeboy say that, that's when you know your homeboy want to fuck your girl.
I would say
that's what that shit means.
I'm not saying he wants to.
Woo, how you pull that, bro? That right there is that he looked at her and was like, I would definitely do that. As soon as you mess up.
If it was him, no, I don't think he would put. I think he's like, damn, I should have got that motherfucker before you did. Oh, no, if I would have got there before you did.
When I say that, I'm not talking about like your ace. Like your man 100 grain, nothing like that.
You mean just some raggedy motherfucker.
Yeah, some cats that you just know around the way. When they go, bruh, you pulled that?
Oh yeah.
Woo, man, that's the cats that at the end of the party hit your girl with that. Yo, he a lucky man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, yeah, but you don't know how much hair she leave in the sink. Like, you don't live here.
But do he make you laugh though?
Oh man, that's my shit.
Back on interracial shit.
Yeah.
For everyone that's trying to get to that game, just know that when you date outside of your race, perfectly fine. Good for you. I applaud you. But understand, whatever their culture is over there, you gotta deal with that shit too.
You gotta learn it, right?
So just because you go over there, you get you a little bad little mulatto or Korean and black chick or Irish and Indian girl, whatever. You gotta deal with whatever is happening in that culture because it's gonna be different. And if you're not ready for it, that's gonna run you off.
Yeah.
There's a lot of shit because people think about, dang, you got you a little mixed motherfucker. Like, ooh, okay, that's cool. But you don't know that she's Scottish, and fucking 3 times a year I got to go put on this kilt.
Yeah.
And go and do this shit with her family. Like there's things that you just gotta that you don't know that you learn along the way. So just be prepared to be taken outside of your comfort zone, probably more often than not.
Yeah,
doing shit that you're not used to doing.
The religious differences, the cultural differences.
Oh, yeah.
Like sure. one of my best friends on the planet. You know what I'm saying? Him and his wife, they went and did like the weddings in each culture. I thought that shit was super dope because normally you'll see a couple and it's like, we got to pick one or the other. Like, what are we rocking with? But you got to have that type of flexibility. I think the biggest jump is black and white, though, because the palette is just different all the way across the board. I think that's why, like, when I was saying earlier, like, the Latina spouse that came to the family reunions, people didn't bat as much of an eye. But them cultural little differences and nuances in relationships, man, like, think about just relating to them. Like, let's say you meet somebody, you're a black man. You meet somebody that's white at the bar, and y'all are having a great time, but you're on level playing field. Both of you are at a bar that both of you enjoy.
Right.
Now it's time to start talking about music. It's time to start talking about movies.
Oh, yeah.
It's time to start talking about, like, how y'all do shit during the holidays and what dishes you bring. And a white chick that's just suburban white, she probably ain't seen Paid in Full. She probably ain't seen Set It Off. And you're trying to have
those references aren't going to hit.
Yeah, the inside jokes that are like,
right.
You got inside jokes with your friends, and then black people got a whole bag that, like, if I say a line from Coming to America, A Color Purple, you just know what I'm talking about. Because that's just movies that for the most part, we look at you like a mutant if you ain't seen them. You know what I'm saying? So you sitting there with somebody white, and they start talking about, I don't know, fucking Steel Magnolias, I don't know.
Yeah,
and it's like, I saw it once, back then.
Fried green tomatoes.
Yeah, Lifetime movies and whatever. You know what I'm saying? But check it out. But then this is the flip side to that shit. Let's say you meet a white girl and she has seen all of that shit.
Oh,
is she dangerous? But what people gonna say? Oh, you appropriating our culture?
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, no, I'm saying though. Yeah, we don't give a fuck. But it turns into, you appropriating our culture, you trying too hard, maybe she just took the time to give a shit about the other race.
Little Rachel Dolezal, you know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying.
Oh, see, back to defending Rachel.
Back to Rachel. That's all I'm saying. She was down for the click.
All the way.
I was
They need to make another Tropic Thunder with her in it.
Oh God, that'd be great.
That would
be. Can't do that now.
You can't do it now?
Nah, it's over. She missed that window.
Damn.
She missed that window. So I was at my apartment, man, and I had a friend of mine over. He's a Mexican dude from LA, right? His girlfriend was a white girl. So this is like the Dave Chappelle the Dave Chappelle show heyday. So we're at the crib, and I just had the DVDs in, right? Just kind of playing as I'm cooking, and we're just kind of laughing and drinking and shit.
Right.
The Nigger Family episode came on.
Classic bit.
When I tell you, I'm laughing my ass off, right? Because I get the joke.
Yeah.
She was super duper offended.
Really?
Super offended.
What now? Was she offended on the side of black people, or is offended because white people were saying nigger so much? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's two ways you could be offended at that, and both ways you just don't get the joke. But whatever.
I think it was just like hearing nigger that much. It was just too much for her. And I'm like, the family is, because she was like, I don't know why you watch this. I'm like, the family is called the Nigger Family. It's the joke of reversing that role. Like, how does that hit if it's white people? The milkman is in on the joke, and she was just like, but a lot of people, when they get around that kind of stuff, that kind of comedic balance or whatever you want to call it, they don't know what to do with it. Because it's like, okay, I just rather not do anything with this shit.
Bruh.
I'd rather just leave this shit right here on the table. And I don't even want to think about it. Which, I mean, it's cool. Like, if she was, I mean, I don't know. How do I feel if she's laughing too hard? Like, oh, right. Like, so I understand where she was. I'm like, okay, I don't make you uncomfortable, right? So I turned it to another episode. But after that, because of course, my homeboy, he has to act offended too. He's like, oh, because first he was laughing. And he's like, oh yeah, man. I mean, I don't understand it. And I was like, come on, man.
Yeah, well, see,
but I get it.
I understand it, but that right there is the brilliance of Chappelle. And ironically, that's the same reason he left. Like you were talking about, if she laughed too loud at something, you can laugh at something the wrong way.
Right.
And it's like, that shit shouldn't be that funny to you. But the brilliance of Dave Chappelle in about 80% of the sketches, unless they was just doing some shit to be funny, was there was a point behind it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And she missed the whole point of him naming white people nigger to show how fucked up it can sound, but at the same time, how the power's in the use of the word and how you use the word.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think all of that was lost on her in the moment, but at the same time, she was in there with a mixed bag of people, because the people that you go to some shit with, depending on the subject matter, can change how you approach it.
I mean, yeah. Does she laugh hard if I'm not there? And
She
it's
might.
her and her homegirls.
She might.
I mean, I don't know. Cause they, when the Nelly song comes on in the car, they're not saying nigga.
Yeah. If they all together, if it's all white people in the car and the rap song is on, they
man.
all definitely
They
saying
super crunk.
Yeah.
Super crunk.
If you listen to this now and you be like, I never said nigga, shut up, nigga. Like, you lying too.
Yeah. I mean, it's just I don't know. I thought then, like, if I dated a white girl, like, how culturally, how would she do the things that I do? Because I don't like country music.
Right.
But if she really likes country music, not saying all white people like country music, but it's an example. Everybody relax. If she likes country music and I don't, like, man, do I want to deal with that? Like, do I want to go to the opera? Not saying all white people like, to go to the opera, but
yeah, but if there's something, you got to think about that, right?
Yeah, but these are things that I just don't like, and that she might like. That's with any person that you're with. There's gonna be things that fucking they do, and are you gonna be cool to go along with that thing forever?
Yeah. Well, I mean, and I'm asking this for our listeners because I already know. But do you listen to rock music at all?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. See, I listen to a little bit of everything. So when I'm in a place and, it's a mixed crowd and like Kings of Leon comes on and I know some of their music, of course we get the looks like, why do you know that? And I was like, well, I didn't know that the nigga community wasn't allowed to know that. Like, a good song is a good song. But yeah, you got to take into account, am I going to end up, in a big belt buckle and a hat because this is some shit she's into? If we're going to be a thing, I can't act like this isn't a part of her because now we together. So what am I going to be like, man, I ain't doing that shit. And now she always gonna feel away, and you don't ever do nothing she like. But when the hip hop albums come out, you expect her to check it out. Like, no, you got to play both sides of that. So it's just an interesting.
She's not gonna want to hear the new Jadakiss.
No, she's not. She's not.
Mm-mm.
You barely did because you listened to Joyner first.
I did, man. I'm sorry, man.
Nothing sounds good after that Joyner album, bro.
I wasn't ready. I'm sorry, man.
You think I was ready to be in a mask in the grocery store listening to Joyner Lucas?
Bruh, I said, listen to this shit. And you were like, well, I'm listening to Childish right now. I'm like, all right, when you get done, check it out. And a couple of days went by, and you were like, yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and tune into that. I'm like, man, okay, go ahead.
Yeah, Joyner's been, it's been like at the top of that list for a minute. But anyway, all right, I see the time that we're on. We're not going to get to we're not going to get to all of these topics. So,
there's always next week.
Yeah, we'll just hit it on next week. Let's see what we got. Okay, I'm gonna skip that because that's just ignorant out of context. And I know which one I'm looking at too.
Yeah,
I always try to talk something comedy on every pod. A lot of y'all, if you following me on YouTube, if you're not, more importantly, Sam Ridley Comedy, RIDLEY. Sam Ridley Comedy. If you just type in illegal opinions now, we pop up at the top. I love that because at first it was some other shit. So thank y'all for your listenership. There's no reason for us to have an audience this size at such a young pod. I'm grateful for y'all. People going viral on the internet. This is something that all of us aspire to do. Okay, everybody wants to go viral. My question is, now what? So let me backtrack. When I first started comedy 9 years ago, and I'm trying to figure out, how do you do this thing? Do you just put a clip up and hopefully somebody will see it, somebody will like it, you get some traction, whatever. We're in a generation of memes now. If you're not in entertainment, you can make a meme. You can do that shit right now on your phone. Some funny shit happened. You can just go in and put that shit together on your phone.
Right.
That shit goes viral. And by viral, to me, viral is millions. For some
Okay.
people, it's thousands. But either way,
Yeah.
it leaves your social circle. Technically, when it leaves your social circle, you're starting to go viral. That's a little bacterial, maybe, but not viral, goddammit. So that shit starts getting out. What are you going to do with the traction now that it's out? I go viral probably once a month. And it really don't mean shit for the most part. And I don't take that to negate that some people have blown all the way up off going viral. Cash Me Outside Girl, prime example. But like off memes and shit, I've made stuff that people like gravitated to, and then it's out of here. And I'm like, shit, they really love that. You know what I'm saying? But what happens after that? Is it going to lead to followership? Is people joining your page? Are they seeing what else you're doing? Do you have anything else out there besides that meme? I think that's where people fuck up. Like if our podcast starts to take off more than it already has, and they can go back and go, well, what else did I miss? I've just jumped in here at episode 60. Shit. They've been doing this shit consistently.
Yeah.
Regardless.
Sorry, I don't know how to help with that. Here are other
Fucking Google. Goddamn Google. I'm going to start turning that motherfucker off. Google be listening.
That motherfucker is sorry.
Yeah, fucking Google. They just be listening. I don't need your help, Google. I think that people lose sight of the fact that if it doesn't follow up with some sort of results, it means absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Like when I did the Denzel Washington Chick-fil-A video, I swear to God, I've done shit where I spent like a day and a half trying to put something together. And I'm like, this shit gonna blow big. You know what I'm saying? When I put this out, man, this is definitely going viral. And like 3 people liked it. When that Chick-fil-A sandwich thing was happening, I came in here, I voiced over a Denzel clip like 5 minutes before I went to bed and posted it at like midnight. Like, man, whatever. I know how this shit goes. And I woke up and that shit had 15,000 views. And I was like, what the fuck happened while I was asleep?
Right.
So I go to work and by lunchtime, it was at 50,000 views. By the time I got home, it was at 100,000 views. And by the time I went to bed that night, it hit 1 million. I was like, that's viral. And I was like, okay, so let me figure out what to do with this traction. So now I see everybody's talking about this shit, and they're doing it on my page. It's not from a share from some celebrity. It just caught fire that way. So in the comments, I was like, yeah, y'all make sure y'all follow da-da-da-da-da. You know what I'm saying? Like I make these, more consistent, whatever. And by the time I did that, and it hit 4 million views, I had tripled my fan base.
Right.
But you gotta capitalize on that fucking traction. Looking. You have to, bro. Like,
yeah.
And I know like this whole illegal opinions thing is like your first kind of foray into entertainment, and you've seen some of the attention you've got from it. I know most of it comes to my inbox, but you're seeing it now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
No, go ahead. What was you gonna say to that?
No, it's now everybody's looking. Like you said before, you tripled your followers. Right. So once you do that and I follow you, now I'm looking for you to do something else.
Yes. That is that's the linchpin. So if at viral you stop and go, yeah, look at all this exposure I got. Now all those followers are watching you do absolutely nothing with it.
Yeah. And
they're gonna leave again because they're like, oh, okay, this was a one hit guy. And it was a free one hit. Like it ain't even a hit that made you any money. Like I make memes that like kind of catch traction all the time. I don't even look at that as a thing anymore. I don't understand cats that do, to be honest. Like at this point, if you still looking at memes, if we were doing comedy about the same amount of time, you should know that nobody who's famous on TV right now that they were like, yeah, he's that guy that made that meme. No, that's just not how it works. That's the shit that we're expected to do for free.
I'm thinking about I'm thinking about going viral, and I don't know if there's a number on it. You said millions, right?
To me, so, it means something different to everybody. Yeah,
I guess to me, I mean, just looking. So there's like 1 billion people on Facebook,
right?
So I think you would have to look at it in how many out of 1 billion people. How many like cared about what you did? And you talking about, like 4 million people. That's a lot of people that you don't know. A lot that you do know, but that you don't know that check that shit out. And it got to a point where you had to have a conversation with another motherfucker about it because it was a different situation. Like, it blew up. To me, going viral is not 100,000 views.
Nah.
Just because if you do the percentages of this shit, there's 1 billion people on Facebook. You got 100,000 people to look at your shit. That's like fucking 0.00001 or whatever the fucking math is. But it's not a lot of people when it comes to the sample size.
The reason I would call that viral is just for the simple fact, they cap you at 5,000 friends. So if you're my fan page at the time, they cap you at 5,000.
I know that.
I hit it and then I delete people on their birthday. But so when
that's fucked up.
No, that's the best way to do it. When people's birthdays come around, they give you a list of people. And if you're like, I don't know them, or that person has never followed anything I've done, or they just don't engage, I need to make a spot for somebody that will. I'm trying to build something. So, I'll be a happy birthday. They say thanks. Bloop.
Wow.
Done and done. That's what you got to do.
Just like that.
Just like that. So, 100,000 people on Facebook is a big deal when they cap you at 5. Now, if your fan page has millions of people and you do 50,000, that's not cool. That's nowhere for you. So for me at the time, I think my Facebook, the page the fan page, the one you like or whatever, I think I had like 1,000 people on it. Mm-hmm. And when that shit jumped up above $7,000 back then, it was like, yo, this video actually produced numbers of quantifiable people that will see things I'm doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So to me, if you hit 100,000, cool. But if a meme just gets shares, you know how you like watermark your shit. That watermark on the meme is literally just so you know where it is. But how many times have you seen a funny meme and then looked up that person that's watermarked in it?
Not ever, probably.
Probably not ever, right? And so I started doing it for me just so nobody else would steal it, because bigger pages will steal your shit.
Well, then that's the difference, though, but even though I may not go and look at your shit, somebody might see it, right? See your meme with your watermark on it, take it, and let's say that they have, I don't know, a lot of. Let's say they take it, they take it to fucking IG, and they put it on IG. Now it says at Sam Ridley and fucking so and so Kardashian has just shared this shit, and now there's 50 million people that see it.
Right.
Now, out of those 50 million people, I mean, there's a good chance that 5 or 10% of them might look you up and see who you are and what you've done.
It's probably like
now,
2%.
if you've done shit,
but 2% of a million is pretty good.
Yeah, but if you've done shit, you have a catalog, and they're like, okay, well, this dude is a comedian. He's got these videos on YouTube, or he has a podcast. He's got this shit going on. That is why, if you have a cachet of, it's like we were talking about before we were going to launch the pod. You're like, I want to get like 2 or 3 in the can first. Mm-hmm. So that people have something to see first. And if we didn't do it that way, well, we tried to, but the first episode was
trash.
Really shitty.
Oh my God.
We gotta release that shit. We keep saying we going to.
Y'all have no idea. Y'all have no idea how bad that fucking episode was.
And it was video too, right?
Yeah, it was. It was. Oh, that shit was terrible. But yeah.
But people, like, if you have some shit for people to go and see, once they decide to go and see, that's cool. But if they don't have, like, if you have nothing for them to see, then what's the point?
Exactly. So you done made a meme, and now they go to your page and see that you got a previous, 2 months of other memes that just weren't funny.
Yeah.
Now they know this was a one-off for this cat.
Yeah, for sure.
Like the people that have given us the most positive feedback, like when I put up like the illegal quickie on Miss Monopoly last week, and it premiered on YouTube yesterday. As the time this pod came out about 3 days ago. So they were like, yo, okay, I had a chance to listen to a 7-minute clip of what they're doing every week. And that shit was a great conversation about a real topic. Let's see what else these cats is talking about. But you give them something.
Yeah.
Y'all got to move past this meme shit, man. Like like somebody's like, yo, it's a lot less memes on your page than it used to be. I was like, yeah, because we're doing a fucking show every week. A show.
A different type of exposure. And a meme is cool. Like, I've seen a lot of people do the meme thing, but nobody is looking at that shit for real.
Not
like,
on.
nobody's going.
Yeah, not
nobody's
going.
saying,
That's a product.
That's who it is. Yeah, like you made this meme. Let me go run to your page. I'm not doing that. Like, I'm sorry. That's funny. Let me go ahead and take that. Put it on my phone. I'll
that's
use
it
for later.
Yeah, I'll send it to somebody that I know shares my sensibilities.
Yeah,
that's it
man.
Imagine sitting in a boardroom like me and you. We go. They go. Hey, so what have you been doing? Hey, what did you see the meme that I made? Huh? Did you see that? It laughed out the fucking building. Because Joe Schmo, Joe Schmo is making memes. Like we got what is it, Big Sean? He's like, some dudes make millions, other dudes make memes. When he said millions, a lot of people took that literally. Like, yeah, Big Sean's making money. He's talking about making some sort of tangible product,
right?
That people can go. There's something I could see here that could potentially be bigger than that. A meme is gonna be just that. That is the baseline entertainment for the internet. It's like, remember them inspirational posters back in the day?
Oh man,
like it'd be like a picture of some rocks and it'd say persevere under it.
That's what it is.
That's it.
It should be being a poster. It should be in your boss's office somewhere or along some hallways.
Yeah, while you getting cussed out.
Yeah,
your boss handing you the business. You walk out and it's like strive.
Oh right, perseverance is like a river. Like,
yeah, man, you got to be honest with yourself about what it is that you doing up there, man. On the internet, you got to be honest. I will get to the other online shit next week. I think this is a good seg into a final segment you wanted to close on.
You can do that.
Of being honest with yourself.
Being honest with yourself is very important. To be honest with yourself. So,
pussy.
You gotta let a good place for that.
You gotta let people know where it's going. You know.
All right. So I can't remember what we were talking about or how we even got to it. But I had a thought of I know a lot of guys, right? I got a lot of guy friends, and every guy I know has said, like, in one way or another, that they gave a woman some bad dick, right? Like, yeah, man, I gave her the old whiskey dick, man. I just wasn't in the mood, or I was tired, or whatever. Like I still fucked, but I didn't give her all I had.
See, okay.
Every guy I've heard, every guy I know has said that in one way, shape, or form. So
we know different guys, but go ahead.
You don't know any guys that ever been like, I probably could have did better. Could have did a better job than that.
I know. No, I can't say that because dudes are all ego driven. So when they get around a lot of dudes, when they get around other dudes, they like to act like they killed it every single time.
Oh, well, I'm talking about people I know, like friends of mine.
Okay, like in the close friend bag, I think you might get that kind of honesty. But dudes end up trying to get braggadocious. Just so y'all know, like, people all over. Look, this is the part where the females are gonna forget. We stay on their side sometimes. Women are gonna fuck, and you gonna fuck too, and it's been happening forever. So you didn't do something special by smashing a chick. You just didn't. I mean, I hate to say it. I had to tell you that. So yeah, you should be able to be like, yo, that was my worst outing.
No, hold on. No, I agree with that part. Like, if I don't know you like that, then you probably shouldn't tell me that.
Absolutely.
But I don't talk about, you know what I mean? Like, I don't really go out and have that kind of conversation with a motherfucker I don't know anyway. But I've had friends of mine, close friends of mine, that have been like, yeah, man, I fucking, didn't drank a little bit too much that night, or whatever.
It wasn't your night.
Wasn't your night. Had an off game. Happens to everybody, okay? My question is, has a woman, like, do women feel like you gave a bad performance? Like, do you feel like that your pussy just wasn't hitting the way it should have hit?
I wonder that. Because, and I think every female think they got the best pussy in the world. It ain't a female walking around nowhere that think that they got bad pussy. Because why would you want to think that? No dude wants to think that their dick is whack. Well, I don't know. If I had a little dick, I think I would know I had a little dick and be able to be like, I'm gonna do what I can.
As a dude, you would know. If you're trying to fucking push the fucking slinky into the hole, and you're like, oh, it's just fucking just not.
It ain't happening.
Yeah, it ain't happening. Like, you know that. And then when you do finally do it, it's kind of like, all right, well, my dick is half hard, but it's getting the job done. But I'm not giving it my all.
That pushing
Dude,
rope shit is the worst feeling because
pushing a rope is the worst. You're like, oh man, this is embarrassing.
Dude, as a dude, like if you've never slept with her before, she don't know how long your dick is when it's supposed to be like ready.
That would be the
but
worst,
you know,
man.
and you feel it. You can like look and see it flexing in the middle.
Yeah, now she thinking something wrong. Now she thinking something wrong with your dick.
Oh,
you're
man,
like,
ready?
wait.
I'm like, I'm gonna have to make a doctor's appointment because this ain't me.
I just wonder, like, do women ever think that, like, yo, man, last night my shit was dry, my shit was fucking like some drapes. I don't know what happened.
I don't know, man. I really feel like every time that a female is like, I let him and he came, so it was good. But
and that's the other problem I have with that whole shit.
What's that?
Just because I come doesn't mean your pussy's good.
Oh well, yeah. Like it should be a given that we're gonna get ours. If you look, ladies, that should be the tell. If a dude didn't,
oh wait.
Oh man. Oh,
don't jump off of something.
Yeah. I've had. You ever had one of them where you just like stopped? You ever had one of them?
I don't think so.
Hey, where you get like, I don't know, 48 strokes in and you're like, I gotta be real with you, bucko. This ain't it.
Hey, you didn't fake it and like spit on her back?
I ain't do none of that, bro. And I'm a missionary guy. Missionary is my jam. I think we talked about that. Man, it was like a piston misfiring. You know, like I was like, why is there air going around it right now?
You couldn't even find your stroke in there.
Right, and I'm not even saying that on some her pussy was so tight. Why? It doesn't none of that. What I mean is like it was that whack that my brain was like, we don't even need to keep doing this.
So what happened after that?
Well, I do remember, and I remember this because after I left, I was like, I probably shouldn't have done that because I can't imagine how I would have felt. Like, we're doing it missionary from the front and shit, right? And I, like, kind of, like, slowed down. Like, you know, you see a train in motion, and it just kind of, and, like, stops.
To the station?
Right. I stopped, and I pulled out. And she was like, what? And I pat her on the shoulder. Like, good game. And I was like, you know, let's watch a movie or something. And we had
she probably thought it was something wrong with you.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. It didn't matter. I just knew I was never picking her up again. It was seriously. It was bad. It was that bad. It was one of them situations that because at that moment, like it is. What do you do? It's like, do I keep going and fake it? Y'all don't want to fake it. I don't want you to fake it. But it's very rare that it's the man on the other side of that coin.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So there's no playbook for that. I couldn't call you like Marcus. This shit was terrible. This shit was terrible. What do I do? Do I bring her over? Like, what do I do? No.
I mean, I think it's your fault either way.
No, the hell it ain't.
Yeah, it is. No, not in her mind.
Oh no, yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
The burden of putting it down is supposed to be on the man, and I think that's when, like, you ever ran into a chick that had a higher sex drive than you, and she like fucking put you on your ass. When that shit happens, it is fucking weird. It's like, God, I thought I had a high sex drive, but like she is fucking me under the table right now. You know what I'm saying? But like, if it's bad on our side, we know. I think dudes know, and because sometimes you just get in a groove. You ever felt like you just like leveled up? Like, you know, like you in it and you thought you was about to nut, but you get that, like, I don't want to call it a second win, but like, you know that you could just go ham for a good minute.
Because you gotta slow down for a second. Like right before you nut, you gotta kind of slow down a little bit.
Yeah.
And let it reload. And now you're like, okay, I'm gonna deal with your ass now.
Yeah.
This is you.
Yeah.
I got you.
And ladies, y'all have to afford us that that break. That moment where, and this has to feed a female's ego, because I can't imagine it not. Like, you know, you'd be like, hold on. You like grab her, she riding good. So you like grab her hips, like you don't want her to move. I bet, can you imagine what that does to a female's mental state? Like, hell yeah, this shit good. I knew this shit was good. You feel me? But if y'all wait and let us reload right then, oh, hell about to be unleashed on you. You have no fucking clue.
They don't stop because now it's like, nah, I got you. See, nah, I got you.
And you fucking up. Good. You fucking up your own blessing, ladies.
This shit's good.
You just fucked up your own blessing.
And I know something. I just want to know if there's no way every dude is not passing out good dick, and every woman is not passing out good pussy. I just want to know if women are woman enough to say that anytime. Like, look, I fucking had a bad performance tonight. My bad. Sprained my knee.
That's going to be the question of the week in the Legal Opinions podcast group. I already know. If y'all ain't a part of that shit, man, I'm telling you, it's spicy.
Because I mean, I don't know, man. Like, you gotta, what does that say about, I mean, I don't know. Because people say that thing, say like about men, right? I almost went on a fucking, had to calm myself down. I just got a little crazy.
Yeah.
All right. Men and dicks is the ego. You can't say that about men if you can't say that about women either. Because if you're a woman and you can't say, I had a bad performance that night, then your ego is in your pussy. Just like a man's ego is in his dick.
What is a pussy ego too? But I think one of the things you got to take into account, there's always two sides to it, right? But the length of the relationship. Like if it's a girl that you just met and it's y'all's first time together, you kind of got to show out.
You got all the pressures on the man all the time when it comes to sex.
Oh, and I'm talking about on that first outing. Like on that first outing, you have to go all the way ham. Because after that, like you might not get invited back. Like we have to assume that. Like women, y'all are the most amazing, beautiful creatures, but y'all also can fuck anytime you want to. And I'm not saying you should go out there to the bar and just snag a dude, but if you want to, you can. Men can't do that.
They ain't gotta do shit.
Y'all don't really have to work for it. Yeah.
They don't even gotta get wet. Like they lubricants and shit.
Yeah, they got lubricants and shit for that. But we got a pill. We got a pill.
You gotta have a fucking prescription, nigga.
Like they can go to Kroger and get wet, right? If they want to.
Kroger, go straight to the gas station, get a little bottle of
you damn right. They not vegetable oil, nigga. I don't want no saturated fat pussy.
You don't want no.
I'm cool on that. They can keep that. But yeah, so y'all got many tricks and trades and things. There's only a certain amount of things a dude can do to spice up the love life. But numero uno, we better get rocked. We better be ready. And and on the first outing, like have you ever hit a chick for the first time and it wasn't that good, but you went back?
Yeah.
Right, because maybe it was a bad outing. I don't think dudes get afforded that same grace period of maybe it was just a bad night.
Nah, son.
But I also think we're stupid enough to believe it too, though. We're stupid enough to go, well, yeah, she did have a little bit to drink, so maybe, we'll give an excuse for it so that we can try again.
I think if she really likes you, she might let that first time slide. You could tell her about, whatever, the pressure, whatever the fuck that sounds like.
Yeah, if you got a personality with it. If you just 6'2" with no personality, she ain't calling you. Well, yeah, she will because you're tall. Never mind.
Yeah, tall nigga. So then, but I feel like if you go back that second time and now she is fucking horny and she expected some dick from you and you don't give her that shit, you out of here.
Oh yeah. You know how to umpire, like point to the dugout all passionate. It's a wrap for you. Yeah. I think you get 2. I think men get 2. I think you'll give a woman like 5 times.
Yeah. Man, I've gotten bad head. And I stopped getting head for a long time. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just tired of getting fucking bad head. Like, don't even fucking worry about it anymore.
Are you one of them dudes that try and pull that card with the females? Like, yeah, I don't never nut off head. Just to get them to suck it.
No. I do. But it just wasn't a situation at that time.
Oh, and she just wasn't qualified for the job.
Like, yeah. Just not. It's not for you.
Now I know, ladies, they'll tell you like, if you ain't eating it right, I want to know. Like, I want to know. Like, tell me if I'm doing something wrong. Like,
women want to know if they're giving bad head?
No, they don't want to know because they think if it's in their mouth, it should just work.
But why not though? Like this would be we should be doing this
because
it's
she's
about pleasing each other.
Yes, but she's doing you a massive favor. So I feel like in a female's mind, if it's in my mouth, you should be happy. Now, but that's the problem though. When you meet one of them females that's just a fucking skull monster, and she is down there with a purpose and a plan, and you know she got your fucking toes trying to triple jump like that. that is when it is a whole problem.
Yeah. Now, yeah, she done fucked it up for everybody that comes after that.
Yes, because you know what it can be now.
Yeah. Now you down there with the next chick like, nah, do it like this. Nah, use both your hands. What you do? Like, bitch.
Dog, like when you finally get like one of them head monsters, bro. Remember when Neo could see the Matrix in green for the first time?
Boy,
he was looking around like, this is what it is. And all of a sudden, everything was easy. It was like, yo, I had no idea that I didn't know.
Yeah. That's why I stopped getting head. And then one time it happened, and I was like, this is what this is like?
But on that same token,
somebody knows what the fuck they're doing?
Right. When you was younger, though, like, do you realize now, like, now that you got some experience under your belt, how bad you used to eat pussy?
Yeah.
You didn't know what you was doing. Because and you can't learn from a flick.
No, not not the ones that were on VHS back in the day.
Nah,
she had the lines through it on the screen.
What? You had to pause it at the right time. Yeah, but no, like if you tried to learn off of that type of shit, like now I could watch a flick and be like, oh yeah, he don't want to be eating her out. Like it's all for the camera, and then you can see one of them's like their whole mouth is open and it ain't looking like it's moving.
Yeah,
the cat is doing work.
Like we see the threesomes and the guy's trying to get the girl to eat the other girl out, and all she do is lay her fucking head on the other girl's leg,
and she's
sitting there.
And look, she moaning more than she licking. It's like, oh nah, you are straight and you're being paid.
You better put your mouth in that thing.
Yep, the whole mouth of
But no, I mean once you find the clit, it's different.
Yep.
That changes everything.
That is the game changer. There's a lot of y'all dudes probably out there still ain't doing it right, and you don't even know. You think you're killing it because you're moving a lot? You shaking your head? No.
Yeah. No.
You're not doing anything.
Ain't doing shit.
Nope.
You ain't doing nothing. It's like a girl giving you head though, and she making your dick real wet, but there's no suction. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? This is not a car wash. Get the fuck off of me.
Yeah, something needs to happen. You need to learn what a frenulum is.
What the fuck?
I'm not explaining it. Ladies, go Google it right now.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Go Google the frenulum.
The frenulum, nigga.
Hey, I'm going to leave them with that. Just like that.
I'm about to Google that shit.
You got to Google it too? You don't know your own dick, Marcus.
I know what I like, goddammit.
Oh, well, that's all that matters. Hey, episode 10 is in the bag, man. Thank y'all for listening. We are back at y'all every single Sunday. Don't let us be your best kept secret. Tell your friends about this podcast, man. I'm telling you, I am seeing some of my favorite fucking podcasts crash and burn right now in this shit. And I really hate to see it. And I'm not saying that on no kind of shade. This whole thing that's happening is like changing the world. And we wanted a podcast to standing strong every Sunday like clockwork. So please tell your friends to check us out, man. Tell them to come with an open mind or leave mad. That choice is all the way theirs, man. This is my man, Marcus Palmer. I'm Sam Ridley, and we up out of here, man. It's Legal Opinions. We out.